Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Your boy is back. I just read a post, and I'm going to read it, that states that, and it says, I wish more married women came forward about how they are also single mothers so that y'all can stop pushing this get married before babies narrative. Y'all are single mothers, ring or no ring. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's get into the uncut truth. Now, y'all know I'm going to keep it 100. Y'all know I'm going to keep it 100, right? 100, 100. You know, 100 for those bougie motherfuckers out there. But, man, when I seen this, right, I uh, I thought about a few things, and I took my time and put a lot of things just in personal perspective, right? And I went through a couple posts, couple couple video, couple posts that shared the original, and I went through the original. Then I went through a couple of the posts that were shared, and it seems to have had the consensus, right? And there's a lot of envelopes to open here because everything now is become very subjective, and because everything has become so subjective, there is this you have to have multiple envelopes of discussions. Nonetheless, but this is what B.M.I.S, the uncut truth, is about. And it's about us talking about the unbiased truth to every subject, to everything that seems to be so viral and and so subjective. The uncut truth is it all boils down to one thing. It all boils down to one thing. It really does. And that one thing is human behavior. So, as we dissect this one right here, this particular topic, we talked about a discussion where married women are saying that they felt like they were single mothers in their marriage. Man. Man, I mean, for real. Let's get it. Let's dress it right. So I get it, but here is how this narrative is played out. You are having women who are so a lot of the women who agree with this, a lot of the women that are agreeing to this discussion, agreeing to this statement, are a lot of women who are married to men or housewives, meaning in a literal sense that they're married to either athletes or hedge fund managers and or guys who are uh, have been blessed in our society to be able to take care of everything in their home. Because of that, You understand? Because of that, because those guys have to do those things, because that is a requirement that those women are putting on those guys. That, hey, I want to be a housewife. Understand this. As a human being, you are not immortal. You are not immortal, and you cannot be split into two. Now, what you are is that you're made in the image of God, and you can be truly Renaissance in everything you do with balance. You truly can. You could be a Renaissance in everything that you do and everything that embodies you through balance. However, the average person is not vibrating on this. So when y'all out here dating and meet these people, have all of these prerequisites to what this person's supposed to have when they beat you and when they date you, what they supposed to do for your relationship. Understand your disposition, your position, when it requires so much of a person to be absent, to be more here, they're going to be absent everywhere else. So most in any relationship, whether it's man or woman, in any relationship where one partner is taking upon the bulk of the responsibilities, there's some responsibilities they're going to fall short at. So the common narrative that every woman wants, well, I'm not going to say every woman, but that most women want, because there are some of you beautiful women out there that they get it. Y'all understand it. Y'all see the bullshit. And you're not following these trends. But for the sake of the discussion, if you're someone that's chiming in and you agree to that statement, the truth of the matter is that you either, there's only two things here. You either dated someone that you didn't know what their moral dynamics was like when it comes to taking care of a home, their understanding about if you have children, how you must love and nurture children, how you should raise them. You either just randomly had a child by someone and y'all just playing house, and that person you had a child by, and again, whether it's a man or a woman, that person you had a child by had no clue what being a parent was, had no clue of how taking care of another human being, how much responsibility is attached to that. So that's what's happening in most cases. The bigger case is that a lot of you guys, when you're dealing with someone, you're not really getting to know them. You don't know what their family dynamics like. You don't know how they see family, whether they want children, whether they want to nurture children. You have not studied none of that bullshit. Well, I ain't gonna, that it's not bullshit. You have not studied none of that about the person's character before you got into a relationship with them. And then life. If you're engaging in activities that can produce children, that's what's going to happen. And so here you are. Now you're on these social media platforms because of decisions you made with a person that don't know what woo woo woo, or a decision you made with a person where the book of their support of who they are in a relationship is relied upon what they can provide for you. Now you on these platforms lying to these other women, trying to convince these other women that what you're going through is something that you had no control of. We live in a different world now, ladies. Do better. Choose better. Take your time. Get off of this social ignorance of expecting someone to come in and save every aspect of what you got going on in your life, and they cannot have no flaws. Because I promise you, what you invest in mentally, you will be presented with that worldly, whether it's good for you or not. It's all about intuition. The results is all about your intuition, what you decide to accept. But you're going to get everything that comes along with that, good and bad. And unfortunately, there's just a lot of bad decisions. So if you're a young woman or an older woman, and you have a certain, and again, you have sat down to yourself, did your homework, held yourself accountable to the decisions you made. That's if those things, right? Because if you haven't done none of that, everything I'm saying is just going to go in one ear out the other. When you're dating now, you have to be very purposeful. It just can't be, oh, because somebody look good or they smell good or they buy me things or they got money. The same drama that somebody who dealing with a Jody has, you can have the same goddamn thing dealing with somebody who is making millions, who are making six figures, etc., etc., etc. It don't matter what the picture is. Because at the end of the day, these people are still human beings, and they have the same embodiment of evil in them, no matter who they are. Possibility, right? The same possibility of evil in them, no matter who they are. So yeah, at the end of the day, that kind of discussion right there, is is one of those things I talk about in this channel, and it's called you know, the uncut truth, because there's too much miseducation out here. Too many lies being told, too much shit going viral, and there's no real discussion behind it. I mean, even the old and the young. Like, it's some old fools and damn sure some young fools. But the young people get a pass to a degree because they're still living life. They haven't lived it yet. But these old fools who are out here and co-signing on these things is pretty much where here at B.M.I.S, the uncut truth, we really focus our attention on. So yeah, as you're dating, especially at a certain age, you should be dating with purpose. And bringing someone into your life is an investment. I mean, it's always been that way. But at a certain age, you should have by now understood that and understand that. If you don't, it's okay. But if you listen to this channel, now you know. So at a certain age, and it really, well, not even a certain age, but as you're dating, and you're serious about your life, meaning that you have a vision of how you want your family to be, your children, your spouse, how you want to raise them and bring them up in this world. When you're choosing a partner, someone to marry, someone to accept a proposal, someone to make a proposal to, you should be measuring more than just that person's looks, more than just what's in their wallet. You should be measuring their character. You should be measuring traits about them that undeniably you know that if you got sick tomorrow, they there. That if you had a child tomorrow, they there. These are things you're supposed to be measuring in that person. Don't mean you need to be, 40, first 48 on them, asking them all kind of questions. But the point is, you should spend some time with them and measuring their character. A lot of their traits are going to come out by everything being organic. If the conversation is organic, you're gonna learn the way they are as a human being based on how they talk about their nieces, their nephews, their own children mothers. You name it. You gotta spend time. You can't be this person. You can't be this man or woman stuck in this ideal, in this fantasy world, that as soon as you meet someone, they automatically belong to you. Or they, and everything about them is supposed to mold to who you are. Spend some time to yourself and understanding that about yourself. What are your character traits? Now again, this ain't meant for everybody. It's only meant for those who truly understand. And that's the uncut truth.
Thank you for